This video is brought to you by patreon.com/worsttake. Get access to exclusive live streams and Discord servers, on-screen shoutouts, and early access to some videos when you join now. Help make sure that we can continue to make content like this by supporting the Patreon. Links are in the description down below. A lot of talk about the Browns offense after Sunday's game. So we're going to get in the film room and look at it, see what I liked, see what I didn't, see where there were some opportunities to be had and where the Browns can improve going forward. So let's jump into it. All right, so let's look at DTR and a little bit of this run game, see what I like, see what I didn't, see what I think can be fixed going forward. And I'm going to tell you right now, my opinion of DTR is positive. I think that there is something to get out of him. I think that he is much more capable than your typical backup and has much more potential than your typical backup. And I think that when I evaluate the film of him, I'm going to evaluate it and be a little bit more critical than I would for a normal backup, simply because I think he's capable of making the adjustments that I think can be made, at least from my perspective of it. Remember, I'm just working at it from one piece of the puzzle. I don't have the play call. I don't know what they want specifically, guys, runs, just looking at this with my knowledge of basic route concepts, basic fundamental stuff, what I feel like can be improved and can't, and where I feel like they can get even better, just looking at the eye in the sky. So let's get into it. First things first, this play right here, this is one where you want him to step up. I'll let it play all the way through. And yeah, I think this was a rookie play by him, right? He steps up, throws it to Amari late. The reason I think this is a rookie play by him is that big fella here, DeJuan Jones, is actually going to do a good job of making Zero run that arc. And if you get him to run that arc, you could just step up and you got a nice little pocket in there. The reason you want to step up, and I'll let the play go through again, and the reason it would benefit him to step up, and honestly, most of the time it's better to just step up, right? The more you look at these plays, the more it's like, okay, yeah, it's just better to step up as a quarterback, right? Now you see this little concept that they have running here, right? They have the running back releasing underneath, going this way. You have Amari Cooper coming out over this way, right? So you see that little concept that they're running. And you see what I'm seeing here, right? So if he steps up here, instead of flushes himself, because he flushes himself right at the top of his drop, he feels the pressure, and I think he sees out the corner of his eye, and all he sees is Zero coming towards him, and he thinks that DeJuan is nowhere near there, because he just doesn't see DeJuan, because DeJuan's arms are so freakishly long that they're not in his peripheral vision, which is impressive. You got to get used to that, right? But he sees Zero running. He thinks that's a free run, so he just starts running away from it. But, now that he knows, okay, sometimes DeJuan's going to be there, I got to trust that. He's really good. I can just step up in the pocket, because what happens here if he steps up in the pocket, right, instead of flushing out, blowing his angles, if you step up here, Amari is going to hit this window and be wide open for a pretty easy first down. Right. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a couple seconds here. Right. Boom. Right. He's going to hit that window. You see the linebacker chasing Jerome Ford. Nobody's there. 37. He's on this stem. He's on the seam right here. Pat Surtain's all the way back here. He's got a lot of traffic to fight through. He's all the way back here. He's got a lot of traffic to fight too. If you step up, give Amari this ball in stride, he has a good chance to get that first down. Instead, you roll. And then get this ball to Amari late and allow Pat Surtain to come down, crash down on the sticks, and make a play on the ball. So, next time you just want the young fella to step up. And I kind of understand how that happened with DeJuan being so long. You just thought it was a free run, more than likely. And you look at it here, you'll see what I mean by the pocket was clean in the middle, right? You got what you need here. You sense the pressure. Just step up there. You're probably going to take a hit because Christian's losing his battle there. But you're probably going to take a hit, but it'd be worth it, right? Because you're going to clear here, and you don't even need that much time, right? Let's count. Is it even a second? 1 Mississippi. Not even a second, about half a second, right? You step up there, toss that ball to Coop. You got a half a second. You bought the half a second you needed. Instead of rolling out, what that does is that it just makes you wait to throw this ball. And even if you rolled out, you could have got that ball to Coop there. But the second you roll out, let's go back to the field view. Because what also happens when you roll out the pocket like that is that you alert guys to just run to that side of the field. So what happens, watch Pat Surtain the second he rolls out, right? So this is Pat Surtain. Watch him the second he rolls out. The second he rolls out, immediately, right? Boom. Now you don't have that advantage. Before, you could have caught Pat Surtain a little bit off guard because he wasn't there. He wasn't really, I don't know if he wasn't expecting it. He just wasn't in a position to make the play. But when you break the pocket here, he knows there's only one place this ball can go, right? Because Pat Surtain's looking at this like, okay, I see 17 running. I know that that's going to be locked up. We don't have anything going across this way that I have to worry about. And I see Coop and I see him. I know that I can just crash to this spot right here. That's exactly what he does, right? Boom. That's not Pat Surtain, by the way. It's 6. My bad. Don't know 6's name. He's a backup for Kareem Jackson, I believe. But he played pretty good in this game. I would say 49 for the Broncos, 6 for the Broncos, and 2 for the Broncos were pretty standout in this game, in my opinion. But yeah, that's why it's just better to step up. Instead, it's late. Could have been tip ball, interception, all that. Got to stay in. Well, you don't got to stay in, but you gotta have a better sense for that, which I think he shows later in this game, so it's fine. Love how fast he processed this play. We'll let it play. And boom, right? Just a nice fast process here. Just gets through, right? You see he starts to play in the middle. He's like, okay, do I got the seam? Do I got Coop in the slot? Nope, don't got Coop in the slot. Okay, do I have Tillman? Yeah, I think I got Tillman. Throw it. Fast process, throws it, first down, good job. He processes fast. It's one thing I really like about DTR. He is a good processor of football. Look at the eyes here. Let's see the helmet strike 1, back to 2, throw 2. Same thing here. It's a nice fast process here. Little play action. Sees it, throws it. Could have been a better ball, but it got there. All right, this is the first fumble. Harrison Bryant. The fumble ended up getting the ball back, so it didn't really cost you much, but first mistake of the game. This right here is just a miss. Yeah, just a miss here. You got what you wanted. It's the right read. It's the right throw. For whatever reason, he just missed it here. It happens. You get single high look. You know you're going to get blitzed. You run that play action look into it, right? So you run that play action look. You know, they had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in the box. 6 on the line. So you run a play action here. It works. You get what you want here with Coop on this dig. You have safety, you have linebackers because they were stacking the box, shallow depth. So you know you can fit this ball over. And instead, he just doesn't throw a good ball here. Doesn't get the Coop, but that would have been a nice play there if you could have made it. Got those linebackers to back up. But instead, it's kind of behind. Got to throw a better ball. Whatever's going on with DTR and Coop, they got to get that fixed because they're not on the sync. It's obvious they're not on sync. Play action here. This is another one where it's like, damn, man. He kind of just, I think he messed up his feet here. So you get the play action look here. And I think he got too overzealous in his feet and too focused on trying to get Coop here that he completely misses what goes on with David Njoku on this route. So that's a miss right there, right? So he gets so deep. Like, look how much depth he gets here, right? Because it's one thing, you know, you do the play action, But usually you want that back foot to hit about a yard earlier, and then you want to just get in pocket position here, right? Because even if you're throwing there, you want to be in position to attack both sides. But he completely gives away this half of the play when he rolls out here, right? There's nothing wrong with being mobile, but you don't want to drift in the NFL, especially because you can't make up for it. So you really wanted him to probably landmark here, if not there. But like, this is the zone where you want him sitting. He ends up way over here. And the reason this is a problem is because if you look at PJ Locke, who I believe is number 6, he gets beat here bad because you see his hips are going this way. He completely buys on this misdirection route that David Njoku has, right? You see David, boom, gets him bad. Watch David at the top of your screen, right? He's at the logo. He has PJ Locke, hips going that way. Boom. Ball should be out. Get that thing to David Njoku. He might score. But instead, he drifted so far over here, right? Like, goodness. Again, look at where we said he should be. He's like 5 yards away from it, right? This is just a mistake. I think he was really focused on selling this fake, and like I like the attention to detail because it is a very nice fake. But since he was selling that fake so hard, he had to take like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra steps when it probably should have been like a 4 or 5 step into that pop, right? Like I just feel like this is way too many steps on this, right? Like 1, 2. Like, so you can pop up right there, right? Pop up, keep the pocket, right? That's where they're trying to build the pocket at, right? Because also the other problem with this, and this is how I know he's not supposed to be out here from my cursory knowledge. This angle that you see the offensive tackle take, that tells me he's not supposed to be out here. He's supposed to landmark right here, right? So that offensive tackle could do something about that. Because even if you look at the protection, he ain't supposed to be all the way out there, right? This is just a mistake. We've seen Deshaun make mistakes like this. We've seen PJ Walker make mistakes like this. This is just a mistake. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but yeah, this is one he's going to look at the iPad and want back, right? Because you're definitely pinning, right? So you're pinning, which means that this tackle, he's trying to run him out here, right? You're out here trying to block here, which tells me that the pocket, this is the pocket. Let me show you guys the pocket. So because you're moving all this action here, they're planning for the pocket being about right here, right? So that's the wall that they're building. They're betting on this wall being able to hold up. That's the pocket wall that they want to build, right? DTR overruns that pocket by far too much. What they wanted him to do was sell and then stop right here so he can have this option, and this option all available to him. But he gets so far over, he drifts, which is a young quarterback mistake. It happens. He drifts instead of planting and plotting. One, it creates pressure. So you see how 64 can't really block 99 at this point because DTR has blew his angle. But if DTR stops right there, 64 can just kind of run this guy out the way if DTR just stays in this area, right? And if he stays in this area, he's in a much better position to throw this ball to David Njoku. Because you see right here, even before DTR kind of blows his angle and kind of goes all the way over field on the wrong side of the field, that was a play. That was a big hitter right there. You could have hit a big hit right here because you see the hips. David is getting ready to turn this way. PJ Locke's hips are this way. That's beat. That ball's got to get out to David. Nice run here by Jerome Ford. Good job by Wyatt Teller. He's been playing good football recently, Wyatt Teller. Just wanted to point that out. This is a nice little run by DTR. Again, he's a good athlete, a really good athlete. Runs a 4.55. This is just interesting to me, the first end around that they run. Now, look, I can see why they went back to it, but I don't think they went back to the one they should have went back to, right? I can see why they wanted to go back to it, but they went back to the wrong one, in my opinion. All right, here, what's my notes for this? Oh, yeah, he worked through the play pretty good here, right? You can just see him going through his progressions. 1, 2, okay, I'm going to work 3. Get back to Elijah Moore. Get that thing on time. Good shit. Good shit. Again, look at the helmet stripe. You know, I think he can process the game at the NFL level. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's pretty good at that. Now, we'll see. It's his first few games. We know that the rookie season can kind of be fool's gold at times. And then you get into a sophomore year and it becomes a lot more difficult. But right now, we're not really worried about none of that shit, right? Because we got Deshaun Watson on the roster for all of that. And this is a bad handoff, fumble number 2. And this one sucks because it does kind of kill this drive, even though you did have a couple of opportunities to take advantage of. Right here, again, you just want him to see David. I think he gets fixated on trying to hit this fade. And I get why he wanted to go here, right? Because what he sees here is a flat-footed safety, one-on-one with Elijah Moore. And he thinks, hey, Elijah can beat him to this marker, but the ball's just too high. Like, if you're going to throw this, I don't mind it, but the ball's got to be a little bit more catchable, right? Because he threw this one as if Elijah was going to streak all the way to the back of the end zone. Now, you need to give that one so Elijah can elevate and try to catch that over the back of that DB, right? That ball needs to be hitting Elijah, not now, but I would say in about like a couple frames. You know what I mean? You want him to start hitting Elijah there instead of all the way in the back of the pylon. Like, I don't think this was a good ball for that situation. But I'll go back to why I said you got to find David here, because it's like, okay, you looked at there, you might be able to take that shot. I don't think that the move was clean enough on this safety in order to justify throwing it. I get why. And maybe if you saw some movement from this corner, you would feel more comfortable pulling that trigger. And maybe that was the read wanted to play, so he just stuck with it and went with it. But you want to watch here where David does a good job breaking open. And again, like, guys are open all the time, but it doesn't matter if that's not where the play's supposed to go, or if there is an opportunity to hit something that just doesn't go your way. Right. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that I'm pretty sure that this linebacker's reading eyes, and that's why he's sitting there. So that's something to keep in mind, right? When you come back to this play, if you have a linebacker that's reading eyes, you know, you can look, wait for that DB to make a move. If you like what it does to that safety, you can take it, but you know you can always come back to this. That's for the future, right? Just know, okay, if I don't love what happens there with that safety, I can come back to David and I might have him, especially if I have my eyes on my on Elijah Moore on my Z. It's another one where you want him to come get his eyes back around, find David. And I think they'll do this next week if he plays. You know, just okay. Don't love it. Don't love the route. He's kind of tight. Let me go back to my flat, see David. David has a chance to do a little something here. Got to come back to it. Got to come back to it. And again, that's why he's out there. That's why he learns. He'll be like, okay, next time I'll come back to that. Add more tools to the bucket. Not a big deal. But you would love to see it eventually. Yep. Accurate ball here. See here, this play. Thought he did a good job getting this out on time, stepping up. Look at the feet here too. Love the feet here. Keeping them fresh. Gives that ball to Tillman on stride. Very nice ball. Very nice football. Great fake. Just love the fake here. Just look at the fake. Again, he puts a lot of attention to detail in these fakes, and it's going to pay off eventually for him. But look at this fake. This is just so smooth. Like one fake into two, it's such a smooth fake. I thought 49 made an excellent play on this. So DTR drops back, nothing really there to get to. The pocket kind of collapses on him. So he runs out there and then he just puts on the Jets. And I'm like, oh my God, if 49 does not wrap up as well as he did, that could have been a huge play for the Browns. But 49 does a good job to stop him short of the sticks. It's a great play by 49. This is what I was asking for. Yeah. So one of these plays they missed because they didn't hit this on time. But when you hit this on time and you throw an accurate football to Jerome Ford, he does have a chance to do this, right? And you want to continue to get that opportunity. This is the play I wanted him to make at the start, right? This is exactly the play I wanted him to make it start. Where he steps up. He sees the rush up the middle. He steps up and he throws a dart across the middle of the field to Cedric Tillman. Apparently it's a trick shot, according to Mark Sanchez. Good job there. All right. Again, just playing good, patient football right there. And look at all these bodies on him while he throws this, right? Gets hit, still throws a very accurate football. Allows him to skedaddle for like 10 more yards. I don't know why I said skedaddle, but it is what it is. It's documented. All right. Here, man, you hate to see it, but this was a touchdown. It gets blocked by, I believe, 98. But, oh, God, we've seen him make that throw millions of times. That's a touchdown. He was scoring on that one. Unfortunately, they get a hand up on it. You see 98 does a good job reading his pass lane and just being annoying. Good job by Petco. Because it does save a touchdown. So that ball we know where that ball is going. That ball is going right to David Bell. That's going to score. And these are points that you would have loved to have here, right? Another play where it's like, damn, that could have scored. Now, I have no idea what Cedric Tillman or Elijah Moore is doing. I have the feeling that Cedric Tillman is the one that's out of position here. Because what I think the Browns are trying to do, what I think Kevin is trying to do, and Kevin's right on this, is I believe Kevin's trying to get in matchup, right? He's trying to play a personnel package. Well, not play a personnel package, but he's trying to get this matchup right here. He's trying to get Amari Cooper in the slot versus either a slot corner or linebacker, right? He's trying to get Pat Surtain the hell away from Amari Cooper. And he knows that Amari, if you give him that, he gonna whip this route here. He gonna be open. And it makes sense to me that you would drag this route to the back pylon. What doesn't make sense to me is that they would drag this route to the back pylon like you see Cedric Tillman do. Because the whole idea of what they're trying to do is isolation. So let's go and get set to where you see who's covering who on this play, right? So they get in formation and they shift over. So they shift over, you see who's on who, right? If this is man, then you know that's who he has, that's who he has, that's who he has, right? So if you're going to run Amari Cooper underneath and you want to clear somebody, you want to clear Pat Surtain and put him in the back pylon. If you want to clear this guy, then I think you want to run him into the chest and then across the middle of the field. Basically do one of those semi-block, semi-routes so you can clear this out underneath for Amari Cooper. It's literally the same play Deshaun Watson used to run in Clemson to Hunter Renfrow, right? And I don't know why Cedric Tillman felt like, I don't know why Cedric Tillman or DTR felt like they was going to run that fade because that's not what it was. I don't think it was. I think he was supposed to just run into his chest and then get upfield. And then I think he's just supposed to run this fade to run Pat Surtain out the way so you can get this ball to Coop. But something went wrong. Something broke down on the communication lines that didn't happen. And instead, DTR kind of like immediately throws this fade ball that I can only assume is for Cedric Tillman. And even then, it's a little bit too far, right? But you see what they're trying to set up here, basically. They know that they got this look. This is a great play call by Kevin. It just isn't executed well. They know they have this look because look what happens, right? You get exactly what you want. It's man. His man is Amari Cooper. You've revealed this. This fade ball here, that's going to clear out Pat Surtain. You just want him to get in his chest and then occupy these two guys for like half a second. So I'm pretty sure Seti was either supposed to run into his chest and get his hands on this guy, on this DB, or he's supposed to just run a post. There's nothing that makes sense to me that he's supposed to run a fade to that corner. I mean, it ends up doing the same thing with spacing because you just end up moving the safety over here. So maybe that's what they wanted. I just can't imagine that's what the play design was. It just don't feel right. Right? Because even if if he's running that fade and he's not trying to get to the middle of the field, I don't know. I don't think DTR is supposed to throw any of this, though, by the way. I think if he's supposed to see right here, and I don't know why he got off of it, but I'm pretty sure the first priority was to watch this linebacker and see if he's Coop's man, right? If you think you got it in pre-snap and you see it in post-snap right after you drop it, we'll drop the ball back, we'll drop back in your TO set, that should go to Coop. I think that's why Stefanski's kind of mad because that would have scored. Instead, you throw that fade ball. Yeah, that's a mistake. Again, whatever is going on with him and Coop, they got to figure it out because this is another play where there's miscommunication, right? Amari sits. He's expecting him to carry for whatever reason. Yeah, so Amari sees his zone, so he sits. DTR doesn't. Or I don't know what's going on there. Or maybe he's expecting him to sit a little bit further into that space. But either way, it's just they're not on the same page right now. They need to figure out how to get on the same page. Yeah, because Amari even starts moving back. I don't know. It just seemed like something weird happened here with both Amari and DTR. You got to get on the same page. This is just a great throw here. Look at where this throw goes and like look at when he lets go of this throw. So Amari Cooper run this deep out. Right? He's running this deep out. And look at the point of this route that DTR gets this ball out and on time too. This is just truly impressive. One of the most impressive throws I've seen all year from any quarterback. Because this ball is out. Look, Amari ain't even turned yet and he's throwing this. Look at that. And then the ball is out right here. Amari ain't even hit his break. And he's like, oh, this shit is right on me. Nah, that's a great, great throw. All while getting pressured. Great throw. On third down, too. It's a money down. Yep. On the run. It's a great ball. Great anticipation. That tells me he has a good feel for this offense. David's got to get his head on. David's got to, I don't know what happened here. But David's got to headhunt a little bit better than this. And he will, right? But usually David's ready to get on to that second level, but for whatever reason he hesitated and he didn't get a lot of depth, so he ended up just being in the way. But you can see that could have been a bigger play. He'll fix that. Again, it was a sloppy game for this team all around. This is nice step up, shows good patience. Boom, hits David. Like he's dealing a little bit here. Again, really what you like to see from DTR. It's a nice little step up, right? Look, we saw this earlier. Instead of panicking, what happens? Like the first play, he ran out, missed his opportunity. This time, I'm gonna step up. So he learned from that, steps up into a muddy pocket, throws, and then look at a great job that he does. And this is something to notice because I noticed this when PJ Walker got in. PJ got almost all of his passes batted. And despite the fact that DTR is probably like 2-3 inches taller than him, he's not like super tall. And he's what, 6'2"? Maybe like a high 6'1". But he's really good at finding his passing windows, right? Because we saw this with Baker, where Baker would like get this ball blocked all the time. But look at him find his passing window. Like he gets on his tippy toes. This is small detail stuff you can't coach. He does a great job stepping up in a muddy pocket. And then he gets on his tippy toes. And then look at how he like extends this release to get this ball out, to avoid it getting blocked. I'm like, damn, that's a good job. And that thing just shoots out of his arm. Like, that's the stuff that I go and when I look at DTR, I'm like, oh, okay, this kid might have something. It's not just the learning, right? It's all of it put together. He learns from last time. Okay, I trust DeJuan. I'm going to step up. And then the technical ability to step up into a pocket, throw amongst a bunch of giants, but find the right passing lane to get this ball out, which is the most important thing when it comes to not getting your ball batted instead of height. But finding that passing lane and then getting the ball out, and then look how this ball carries with such little effort. Woo! That's impressive. And we'll watch it again, full speed. That's impressive. That's a nice rep there, right? Steps up, throws it, just minimum effort. He just gets it there easy. That's why I'm saying I don't think he has the potential to be not a regular backup. And you can see why he won that job out in camp. A little play action here. Gets nice and settled and just rips a beautiful ball here to David Njoku in a very tight window, right? This is a NFL open NFL window right here. Tight window, throw it on the run, get it down nice and low so the safety can't get on this, but it's right there. You just got to throw it on time, on speed, accurate. And what does he do? Throws this on time, on speed, accurate down the field. Very impressive. Right? Gets it out, throws it on time, boom, accurate. Beautiful, beautiful throw right here. Again, it's not just it's the small stuff and the big stuff here, right? It's the footwork that looks really nice, right? 1, 2, 3, nice and clean to his stutter, rolls out, clean feet, on time, sees it, and then rips it with timing and anticipation, gets this thing nice to the body. Like you could not have thrown a better football. Look at that. It's like that thing curved into David Njoku's body. Like you could not have thrown a better football than that. My goodness. Oof. Damn. That ain't no regular quarterback throw. All right, DTR here. It's a little run action. And this one is where you go, you see something like that and you're like, damn, he ain't no rookie. But then you see something like this, you go, oh yeah, I forgot he a rookie, right? A couple throws back to back, to be honest, right? Where you're like, damn, okay, still got stuff to learn. So right here, he kind of just gets out the pocket early, doesn't stay in there, he rushes out of it, and they have a mesh concept that was going to win, right? So you get the play action. And then basically you have Jordan Atkins on this, you have Amari Cooper coming across in the middle. And again, Amari's going to clear that space. Instead, he's trying to hit Cedric Tillman here. He just needed to landmark himself here, step up and throw it. He'd been fine. But, this is a concept where he clearly needs a little work on, right? Like, and with this rollout stuff, he clearly needs a little bit of work on, right? Because he just gets a little too overzealous and has a tendency to float on these rollouts when he just doesn't have to, right? So he has to figure out. You'll see some guys, they'll straight plant themselves to avoid kind of floating out like that, right? That's a common mistake. So he might have to just plant himself and just not even worry about carrying out the fake on the other end, right? Just get it planted, because what's important here is to stay on that landmark, which I believe the landmark would be probably right here for him, because you can hit Coop on that window. And again, with this safety playing on that hash and that corner being built off, that could have been an easy touchdown for Amari. So he needs work on this concept, because he doesn't make this is the concept where I watch him, I go, okay, he's still a rookie every time he runs one of these. This one right here, just late. Well, not late. The ball's just not good to David, but that could have scored. Yeah, he had a window there. I think the ball just got away from him, and you could tell the ball got away from him, because where's this ball supposed to be? Right here. Where does this ball end up? Over here. Where does his hips and his body are pointing? Right there. He just didn't get it off clean for whatever reason. I think he slipped or something. He just didn't get a good rip at it, right? I think he wants that one back. Yeah, he just didn't get a good throw off. That happens, but it's a good decision, good quick decision. You just rushed it a little bit. And then right here, oh man, David, you gotta catch that, brother. You gotta catch that one. You gotta catch that one. Look at this. This is, I mean, you can't throw it any better. You can't throw it any better than that. That's a touchdown, but we end up getting it back here, right? Boom. And there were a couple other plays. This is another one where I'm like, damn, David, this is a huge play that could have happened with David Njoku, where I don't think DTR did anything wrong. Drops back, sees it, gets that ball over the middle with the linebacker, throws a perfect football. I mean, like, look at that shit. Again, this is a tight window here, but it's really your best option, because I don't know if you want to go one-on-one here. That's not open. This is not open. You don't have anybody in the flat. You do have this little angle, and if you feel like you can make that throw, it's a big boy throw to make there, right? And he made it. David didn't make the play. Right, like that throw made it, man. Oh, and what's gonna hurt is when I hit play on this, and you guys see just how much room David Njoku had. I don't know if he would score, because David doesn't run like a 4.5 or anything like that, but it was close. Like, he gets that right on his hands, and all he has to do is tuck it, man. All he has to do is tuck it. All he has to do is tuck it, and he is freaking gone. Look at this green, dog. Look at this. Look, those guys are going to be taken out by the tackle. Like, he's probably going to get hawked down by 21, maybe at the 50. Maybe at the 50, because he has a running start right now. Maybe at the 50. Or maybe this guy gets him. Man, there's like extra 10, 15 yards here. If he cuts a good angle and he starts like cutting this way and you get a break, is that like he slips in the grass, he could score. Oh, it was there, but it was dropped. And we're going to see this from the end zone angle. It's not going to be any less infuriating. Yeah, man, you can't throw it better than that. And just the arm strength to beat it, like to make that throw right there. Oh my goodness. Oh, David, you gotta catch that. You gotta catch that. You gotta catch that. Now, if we go back to it, if I'm DTR, yeah, I don't know if they want him making that throw on that post to Elijah Moore, but that could be had. Nah, I don't want him throwing that. Backside safety lurking. Nah, I don't want him throwing that. Yeah, that's the throw that had to be made, and it was a throw right there. Just didn't get caught. You gotta catch that, David. All right, this is the play. Is this the play that almost got him killed? Yeah, this is the play that almost got him killed. Or is it? Yeah, it is. No, this is the fumble. This is the fumble. And that's the touchdown. Okay, so don't have the play that got him killed here. But basically, the note for that play, if I can find it, it's pretty simple. It's just don't hold on to the ball behind a line of scrimmage. That's more dangerous than running it. That's more dangerous than throwing it out of bounds. Just got to get rid of the ball. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good game. And there's a lot to build off of there with DTR. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Y'all have a great day. Have a better night. Peace.